Hello, everybody. My name is Chris, and welcome to the Chaos Brigade. We are joined, sadly, not by Jay today. He is out for medical-related reasons. He is okay. He's in recovery. Nothing bad, though. To my left, we have Ryan, a.k.a. Funkmaster Nacho, and below me, we have Luana, the Witch Bard. Luana, do you want to get us started with tonight's fun fact?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm the Witch Bard Luana. I will be playing Nyx, the Satyr Bard. And a little fun fact about her. She has absolutely terrible memory. And yeah, no, she just she forgets everything and everyone. That's it.
And hi, I am Ryan, or Funkmaster Nacho, on TikTok. I'm playing Riker, the Leonin Barbarian. Fun fact about Riker is actually in the 8th grade, he flunked out of math class. So he's not the best at math.
Did he have to have tutoring classes to try to pass again, or did he just flunk out completely at that point?
He probably he had to retake math a few times.
We've
get some summer courses in there, some electives, just to help him out.
Definitely.
Totally not me at all. Both that being said, in our last session, these three wonderful people destroyed a werewolf. Well, they didn't destroy a werewolf. They took the destroyed werewolf and then tried to find the other werewolf that it had fought. They spent the entire session hunting it down, and they found who it was. Last time they left him in peace because he has things in place to help with that. I do want to point this out real quick though. Following the session, I'll be setting up the Chaos Brigade YouTube channel so that you guys can go watch previous episodes. I finally got off my lazy ass and did that. So there's that.
Yay!
On the note, we're getting into the session. You guys have been at the
Yes.
tavern. You guys left there, went back there towards the end of the night because the snow started falling down quite a bit. By the time you guys got to the tavern, it was about 2.5 to 3 foot, depending on where it was. So it is cold as hell. It's been about 3 or 4 days of you guys being in there. Snow's just kept falling. People have tried to shovel it out of the way so they can get various amenities taken care of. But after they've taken care of those amenities, they've gone straight back inside. So the town has basically come to a complete grinding halt. You guys are trapped inside the inn. Not really trapped inside. You guys are inside the inn. Yeah, so that's basically where you're at. What would your morning routine be in this case? You've been in this inn a couple days now.
Nyx would probably get up, just okay, where's the bird? She goes immediately to check in on Floof.
You see Floof standing next to your bed, but standing at the window, just shivering and doing his little Floof noise. As you see, he's just kind of standing there shivering because he's so close to the window.
Did you even go to sleep?
No response, just completely blank stare.
I just pick him up and I carry him under my arm.
He kind of flew his fur, or his not fur, his feathers kind of flew back down and he stopped shivering just a little bit.
I go and just Riker, you awake?
Wait, just a second.
Okay.
Opens the door. He's brushing his teeth again.
What is Riker's morning routine? We've never gone over that.
Yeah.
Riker immediately gets up, goes to the bathroom, and spends a very long time brushing his hair because he likes to make sure his mane is nice and silky to impress the ladies, of course.
Of course.
And then he brushes his teeth for a very long time because he does eat a lot of meat. There usually is a lot of blood. So he has to wash them. He basically has to bleach them every single morning to give himself the look of a hero because he wants to be remembered as one.
You gotta have the sparkling smile, Colgate. What's it called? The toothpaste.
The Colgate.
Yeah,
the Colgate smile.
Yes.
Every once in a while.
Not sponsored.
And also,
Unless.
after he does that, he usually spends about 5 minutes in the mirror just kind of smoldering to himself. He goes,
Practicing the looks.
practicing the looks.
All right, so on that note...
he doesn't have smarts, so he can't get it that way.
So on that note, as you guys kind of head downstairs, which I'm assuming you guys are doing at this point, you guys have been up. You go downstairs, and the inn's actually pretty empty. Siegfried kind of walks up to you guys and, hey, so I've got a situation, not really a situation, just something I need you guys' help with. Roy here is concerned that you guys are draining too much money and I can't pay for it. Would you guys be willing to help with some chores?
I suppose we could help. Yes.
Quite literally.
Riker literally just reaches into his pocket and gives him some gold. And is like, I'd prefer to pay. I don't really like doing that many chores.
If you can pay, that works great. I'm just getting hammered down at this point. Since everybody's been locked in, there's not really been much business in the inn. So, yeah, that's
fair. That's fair.
Although I do have a slight request to kind of cut down on your pay, Riker. Could you force open the door? It's frozen. It's cold.
Why, of course.
I'd very much appreciate that. And he like leads you over to the door and he's like tries to push it, but this gnome can't push this large, like medium-sized door open. He's like, I don't have the strength on that one.
I go next to the door and I quickly like cast prestidigitation and I just like start like warming up a little bit the corners of the door to help Riker.
Okay.
Like,
so on that note, Riker now has advantage on his strength check on this.
He looks over. It's Roy, right? Roy's
Yes.
the one. Okay.
Or no,
He
it
looks
was
over at Roy.
Siegfried that was asking. Roy's kind of standing there over the counter, like staring and like expectantly at Siegfried.
Okay. So he kind of turns and is just like, I want you to know there is a possibility that I'll break down the door. Is that okay? And then
Roy's face drops. He's like, hey, can we not break it? Is there a way that we can do this without breaking? I'll hold the door handle and just like push it open that way.
Oh no, I'm concerned.
Chris, that's a nat 20 plus, was that 7? No, wait, 6. So 26 total to break the door open.
Give me a quick second. That's, okay,
If
full disclosure.
Lou, if I did roll with advantage, I would have had a 14. It would have been low enough not to break the door.
Okay. Given the high strength and given your control, I would say you open it skillfully and carefully. Like the high roll is so that you can do it skillfully and carefully enough. Had it been lower and you missed it, you would have broken the door off at that point. Because you got it so high, that's why it opens up carefully. And Nyx, it's specifically because you heated around the edges of the door, and specifically around the hinges, so they didn't shatter whenever he pushed them open. So at this door, you hear like this creaking, hear a snap. Roy's face drops, and he's like, no. And you just see the door just like, as you just push the snow back, and you just have like a human, not a human door size, but like a large snow wall. And it's like, you can climb over the top of it, but you definitely see, oh. That's why.
Oh.
Roy just looks over at Siegfried and throws him a shovel.
Riker just grabs an empty pint, just scoops up some snow, and then he goes, snow cone?
I love that. I'm looking, I'm like,
I prefer mine beer flavored.
Yep, you get inspiration on that one.
Mountain of snow in front of me, and I'm like, I think with prestidigitation it would take a little bit. Yeah,
maybe just a little bit. Does anybody have do you happen to have any more fire magic? Anybody at all? No. Okay.
No.
Riker just kind of looks up. Is it? I have a few torches in a tinderbox in my room.
That might work for the short term, but that wouldn't be nearly as useful to burn that all now. Siegfried kind of like looks around. What if? And he runs to the back and pulls out this like one of the pots of oil. What if we heat this up, put it on a torch, and we push it in there? What do you think? Roy's face. What is y'all's reaction to that one before I move on with Roy?
See, Luana knows what happens when you put water on hot burning oil.
Listen, there's a reason Siegfried's a cartographer.
Hold up, let me see if Nick's like. I don't think that is a good idea. Well, no, don't do that, please.
Roy walks up and just calmly takes the oil. You are not working in the kitchen for a reason. And walks back in there. At that point, Marie walks downstairs. Roy's wife. She walks downstairs. She's very evidently just woken up. There hasn't been much going on, so Roy didn't see the need in waking her up. Oh, that's slightly problematic. Would you two happen to have a plan so far, or?
I go to the snow. How compact it is? Like,
It's
is
actually
it just
not very compact. It's not been setting long enough. Or not really setting. It hasn't frozen and refrozen. Full disclosure, my only experience with snow is a southern snow, aka it lands, melts, and instantly freezes. That's all I got. So
That's such a mood.
I
How tall is it?
it's about 6 foot tall.
Oh, okay.
I look at not Newt. I look at Flute. I look at Nyx. And it's like, why don't you use the bird? Lightning's kind of like fire.
I pick him up, and I'm just like,
Do that like lightning wave thing that you did before.
oh, that hurts. That hurts.
That's why we'll back up.
We'll set him off like a bomb.
Flute
I
kind
look
of
at
like
Flute.
looks up, jumps down, and like waddles
Thank
over
you.
to the waddles over.
I
to
look
the,
I
to the
look
snow.
over at Roy, Marie, and Siegfried. I'm like, you guys might want to get behind a table or something.
What if we put him outside the door and we close the door? And just
I-
let him do his thing.
Riker's already backing up.
Okay. Okay.
So you shut the door on Floof.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, Floof. When you hear my horn, you do the thing, okay? And I close the door. And I start stepping back, and I'm like, okay, everyone is like at least, I'm gonna say 30 feet because I don't remember what the range is.
Okay.
Is everyone at least 30 feet away from him? Okay.
You hear a thunder wave, and you see the door shutter, just like, poof. Since the door opens outward, it didn't blow in or anything, but you definitely saw that it just like, boom. And then Floof just slowly opens the door, and he like waddles out there covered in snow. Like this black bird now looks white as snow, and he just like, and drops all the snow off, and he's.
Good job. I go check whatever he did. Did it work?
Bird.
How's the snow looking outside then?
All the snow around. It's basically in like the shockwave blasted out the 15. I think it was 15 foot, 15 to 30 foot. I can't remember exactly Thunderwave's range, but it
15
blasted
radius,
out.
I think.
I think it's 15
Yeah.
radius, yeah. And
Yeah.
it basically made like all the snow in a gradient ramp up, and it compacted it, so you basically now have a ramp
That's
going on
cool.
top of it, and it's like something you've definitely never seen like this before. And Floof just goes,
Good job. That's really cool.
Told you we should use the bird.
Yes.
Murray kind of looks outside and looks at the side of the building. Well, it's not damaged. She grabs her cloak, puts it on, puts her scarf on, grabs a what do you call it, basket. Well, I'm going to the general store and I'm gonna help dig them out because I need shit. Roy, Siegfried, would one of you join me and the other one stay? Let me phrase that. Roy, will you join me? Siegfried, stay.
Are you sure you want to leave Siegfried unsupervised?
She stops and like thinks.
Well,
Hey,
since
Siegfried, I have a job for you. She walks over to the clean to like the what do you call it, supply cabinet, pulls out the mop and bucket and have fun. And basically and then Roy looks at him, go in the kitchen, I will end you. And he walks out following Marie. So they go up and you see them just like walk up the ramp that you've made. And as Marie's passing by, she as Marie is walking by, she does look over to you. Thank you very much. And heads on out.
Right, right as Marie closes the door, Riker just kind of goes, "Wait, how do we get breakfast if we can't go in the kitchen?"
I think she meant specifically me. I don't know how she'd feel about the bird, but I think you two would be fine. Unless you're pyromaniacs and prone to burning things, or prone to spilling things, or prone to breaking things, or prone to anything. I would do anything. I would have.
He says under his breath, "Prone to one of those things."
Yeah, me too.
But I know how to cook a little bit. You ever had microwaved ramen noodles?
No, I'm gonna make you a freak bowl for you because I don't eat meat. And it feels really weird when you eat meat in front of me.
Looks over and is like, noodles aren't meat.
Well, yeah. Like, you're gonna be eating healthy today. Come on. And I start, like, pulling towards the kitchen.
Okay.
Riker looks over at Siegfried with just a look of help.
Siegfried goes. Okay.
And I start pulling Riker.
Okay, so you guys go into the kitchen. It's actually a pretty well-stocked kitchen, and you see like a photo above the stove of Siegfried holding like a trophy. Like it is like well double his height, and he's just like holding it super happy. He's like ecstatic.
That's so cute. I love that.
So you definitely tell like this is Siegfried's or not Siegfried. This is Roy's element. I was talking about Roy, not Siegfried.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely Roy's element. As you walk in there, you have pretty much your typical what do you call it, restaurant kitchen. You have the he says he's never actually worked in a restaurant. Damn, there's a lot of things I realized I didn't actually research before the session.
There's usually a walk-in fridge, right?
Yes, there's the walk-in fridge. There's the what do you call it? There's the walk-in fridge. There's the general stove, griddle area, preparation area, dry pantry. So yeah, there's that.
Okay.
What is your intention? What is your goal here?
Make a granola acai bowl for Riker.
Okay.
And me.
Go ahead and do me. A let's go investigation check because you're investigating to try to find this.
Fantastic. That's not.
I've never thought, what is cooking? What kind of check would that be?
I don't know. Ever since yeah,
there are like cook tools.
yes,
I don't know
there's
what
cook tools, and there's cook tools all in here, evidently. But it's a matter of like knowing what to mix together because there's the cook. What do you call it? The new feat from Tasha's of cook. So or a chef. So there's that.
For the investigation, I got a 13.
Okay, 13 investigation. You find the fruit, you find the granola. It's no problem whatsoever. You do find the bowls. You basically find everything you need to put it together. Go ahead and do. What is Riker like in his like? What is Riker like outside of meat? Does he only eat meat, or does he have like any like? Oh, I eat the occasional broccoli leaf.
He doesn't like much outside of meat. He's definitely like he's a lion, very much a carnivore. He doesn't really eat that much fruit.
Have you guys seen those like videos on TikToks of people making like those gourmet like food bowls for like their cats and dogs?
Yes.
So, Nix is gonna try to do that for Riker.
Okay.
Just with fruits and veggies.
Go ahead and do me a performance check, which I think you'll be pretty good at that one considering your bardicness.
Yes. Performance. It's not the one I have expertise on, but that's okay because that is gonna be a 21.
21? Oh yeah, you whip up. It's like you didn't specifically go to culinary school, but you had this like one friend who like knew exactly what they're doing, and you're just like, I can do that, I think. And it
that
just
one
happened.
class in college.
Exactly, that one class you took in college, and you're just like, ha, I got this. But then the actual chef is like, but do you know what you did? Nope. And Riker, you have this beautiful fruit and granola bowl. It has like these what do you call it? Orange slices, rounding it out, making it look like a little sun. You have like on the side there's like a small pile of blueberries. Inside is the granola with just like the little bit of sweet strawberries sticking out of it.
Ta-da! Here you go. Breakfast is ready.
He takes it. And then he looks at his hand and he just kind of goes, how am I supposed to eat this?
With a spoon!
He looks at you. You mean one of those round things?
Yes, the ones that have like a little depression in them.
I'll take explaining spoons for 100, Alex.
Are you sure I can't have like some bacon or eggs or?
At least try it. If you don't like it, I'll make a meat one, I guess.
What do I roll to see
Now,
if I
honestly,
like-
Riker, I'm gonna leave this one up to you. I'm gonna leave this one up to you, whether you want to roll and have a range that you decide, or whether you want to just say he likes it or not. This is your typical granola and fruit bowl, which I'd assume, I'm not sure how often he would have eaten this. So, this is on you, buddy.
I'm gonna roll the D percentile.
Okay.
The lower it is, the worse it is.
'Kay.
The higher it is, the more he actually likes it.
As this is
D-
happening,
Lord.
Siegfried kind of pops his head in and like, I have a request real quick.
Yes, what is it?
Can I have an apple? I didn't eat before they left.
Oh my goodness! And I just give him my bowl.
And he's like, thank you so much, Nix.
Of course.
And he
Of
kind
course,
of
no
like
problem.
he runs back in. He's like, don't tell them I was in here.
I won't.
Okay, what was up, Riker?
He tries it, and he kind of goes. Is it true that tastes better with a spoon?
Well, you eat it with a spoon. It's easier to pick up all the blueberries and as he's like having this like mind blowing experience, I'm like getting like some seeds for Floof as well.
Floof is steadily eating them.
He
At this
grabs.
He actually found them himself, and he as he like look around for the bag, he just has the bag and he's just like throwing it in his mouth.
Don't eat everything, okay? They need it.
He reaches for a spoon. And I'm gonna roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
Oh my god! That's the second nat 20 of the day.
Oh shit! Okay,
He's
Nix,
really-
I need you to roll your passive, or not your passive, your perception.
Me?
Yeah, you're the only one in here.
That was terrible. 13.
13? Oh yeah, like you notice Riker just like slides a spoon off the counter. You don't even realize, and he's just like holding it like in his massive palms. This spoon is like the size. It's a normal spoon for like you, but for him, it's like a child's spoon, and he just has it palmed right now with his bowl.
And he just kind of eats it, and he goes, I think it would be better with a little bit of like some grease in this side, and maybe a slice of bacon or two with the blueberries. But otherwise, like, if I had to eat it to survive, fine by me. But still prefer meat. And he just kind of eats it.
Fine. I'll see if they have fish. I'm willing to cook fish, nothing else.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another investigation, I guess then.
While she's doing that, Mouthful just goes, I do like fish.
It works out then.
So that's gonna be a not as good. That's gonna be a 10.
A 10? Yeah. With a 10, you do find the fish
13.
you find a fish, but you definitely don't know exactly like what you're doing. This is one that hasn't been like cleaned all the way, like not necessarily cleaned, but like descaled and everything. This had just been bought from the market basically.
I look at Riker and I look at his teeth and I just look at the fish and I'm like, yeah, and I just chop.
Yep. You just chop it, and honestly, just rolling with your other what do you call it, performance, just because
Yes.
you know what you're doing because of your culinary school. Like your one class, like your one credit
one
hour. You had one credit hour in that one, and with that you
I'm
yeah.
not gonna cook or anything. I just like make it like sushi.
Yeah, you just sushify it, and Riker has sushi in front of him now. Sushi with like trout or something like that. Something that doesn't typically belong with that, but Riker's a Leonin, so
And I just like bring like with the cutting board to Riker. I'm like, breakfast.
He looks up. He looks up at you with his half-eaten bowl, and just goes, "No, thank you." And then he scoops it all into the bowl, but still with the food and stuff in it, and then starts eating it together.
oh my god, I love it. Okay, at this point, by the time you guys are like done, as this happens, Marie walks in like with an arm like a basket filled, and she's like, "Oh, you helped yourself. Glad to hear." Something I figured I should tell you. Right now, there's not a commotion, but there's something that somebody might need your assistance outside. Don't know if they're willing to pay or anything, but I figured it beats being bored in here if you guys want to, or you can continue cooking. And she like looks over at Nyx's like nicely laid out platter that Riker has destroyed, and she's like, not bad. And Roy comes in and it's like, tell me, did you use the onions?
No, you don't use onions for the fruit bowl.
Good to know. I'm making French onion soup later, so
Ooh.
just remember that. Keep that in mind, because I'm excited. It's one of my favorite dishes to make. And he just like walks over to like the side with the pots and pans. And he just starts clanking around, grabbing things.
Real quick, while he does that, Riker kind of looks at Marie. That was the name, right?
Yes, Marie.
And just goes, "How could it be French if we made it here?"
I think it's just like the naming that it was made. Like he learned this in culinary school. I don't know where any of this stuff comes from. He just knows it.
What the hell is a culinary?
You see, right? I don't know what's the word culinary mean. And he's like, I had to explain this to Siegfried earlier. How did I explain? A cooking school. And Siegfried's like, hey, you didn't need that. You didn't need to tell me that. I knew that.
He got a nod. I must have been a culinary when I was in 2nd grade.
I don't think it's like that. But good for you.
Marie just kind of like smiles and if you're interested in the job or anything to do, it's over on the board by the general store. Me, Roy, and a few of the other townsfolk had, unburied them.
Thank you. Come on, we have work to do. And I just grab Floof again, put it under my arm.
Wait, don't you have like a bag or something that Floof just kind of sat in before?
We got a leash.
Yeah. But
Floof
he just pigback ride me.
Floof just like does like uppy.
I just pigback ride and he just holds onto my horns.
Yep, literally. And he just like settles on and I can't do the same noise that Jay does.
Yeah, we start heading out towards the board.
Okay. And by the time you guys head outside, I love Doug's chat right now. Floof is a fucking purse dog. I love it. Sorry, the ADD right now. Just hello. By the time that you guys head. Okay, by the time you guys head outside, you see the snow's already starting to melt. It's not like melting a whole lot, but it was kind of like one of those, okay, it's melting now. Things are kind of squishier than usual. You guys are still packed down enough that you guys can like walk through now or walk on, but it's definitely in the process of shrinking. It's now down to about 4 foot. You've only been out. It's only been about an hour since the sun's come up. So you guys make it to the general store. It's definitely cleared out a while around away. The board has a posting on it, or the board over there has a couple postings on there. The general store is open. People are kind of hurrying in and out, trying to grab supplies. It's looking pretty barren at this point. It's not like they're not used to this, But this was kind of like a freak incident. They're like, okay, well, we need these supplies now for the future. Snow, 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 snow.
So, so in the board, what was the job they needed?
On the board, you see there's a couple things. One of them's like missing persons report. Another one, what do you call it? Missing persons report. Another one is reports of a monster in the southern woods. The most recent one that you can tell, the one that's not snow damage or ice damage at this point, is one that's basically asking for help clearing somebody's house. One of their friends has been iced in. They don't know how long, but they're needing help getting him out.
Okay. I look at Riker and I'm like, I bet all three of us and we can get all of these done today.
Luke pats your head.
He kind of looks at it and he goes, probably. How good are you with a shovel?
I hold up, let me look at her straight before I say anything. I'm pretty good.
Riker pulls out a shovel that he apparently has because it's in his equipment and just tosses it. It's a Leonin-sized shovel.
He's like shaking.
No, he tossed it. He didn't hand it. He tossed it.
Oh,
to
God.
him.
I don't have a shovel, so.
Oh, my God.
I don't think I can use this one properly. Maybe you should keep this one. I'll just ask others. I'll just ask another one. Thank you, though. And
he just grabs it and then spins it in his hand and puts it back in his backpack.
Roll me a performance check on the hand spin. I want to see how clean that is.
How clean? He's trying to look cool. He's not. That's a 4.
That's a 4. No, you try to do it and you just like stumble and catch it barely, and he's just like, that didn't happen.
We're right next to the general store, right?
Yes.
I will go in and ask for a shovel.
Honey, do you see what's going on here? Everybody's getting a shovel. We're out of shovels at this point. We're out of shovels. I can interest you in hammers. I have plenty of hammers. Nobody needs hammers right now for some reason.
Gosh, I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know either. She basically just like she's running around the store, just like handing stuff to people, like running over there, grabbing like rope, giving it to somebody, running over somewhere else, giving them what do you call it? Blankets, torches, all that like.
Okay.
Riker looks down at like the hammers. Do you have a sledgehammer? Made of steel or metal, in particular.
We have one actually. Yes.
Do you know where the blacksmith is? Do you have a blacksmith?
Blacksmith. Okay, we have a blacksmith apprentice here. We have a blacksmith apprentice, and the apprentice does mostly farm equipment, depending on which.
All I really need to know is, do they have a forge?
Yes.
We'll take the sledgehammer.
That'll be 5 GP.
I can
There you go.
She takes the 5 GP and she like drags the sledgehammer from the back room. She's like, and like, flops it to you.
I take it with one hand. I'm pretty strong. I'm just like not strong enough to carry like a Leonin size stuff.
Yeah. What's your strength?
16.
16. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm buff.
Yeah. No, you straight up just like grab it and you're just like, all right, we're good to go. And she's just like,
also, do you have a tiny hammer for the little one?
She looks at Floof.
Well, yeah, I grab the little hammer and I look down at Floof and I'm like, don't think you're not getting out of work. Don't think you're getting out of work that easily.
Yeah, he does like gives like the, and she's like, just take the little hammer. I mean, I wasn't kidding. We have too many of them. So yeah,
And where was the forge?
down the street and to the right. She kind of like just gestures like down the street and to the right. Like it's kind of just the apprentice. It's like the next to the schoolyard or school because it's just like an apprentice. He hasn't really established himself yet, so
That's all right. We can help him. Let's go.
You know, and we just head there, I guess.
Yes.
I feel like I know what you're planning, but I'm like so confused of like your method to get
He's
to
gonna
it.
make a makeshift shovel with a
That's
sledgehammer.
literally what I'm hearing.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah, you guys basically just make your way to the forge, and it is, being uncovered with snow right now. It is out, and you see this this young what do you call it? This young Gith man, and he's like shoveling stuff out, and he's, well, if I just get this cleared out, then I can start, forging things again and make more shovels, sell those shovels, make money on the shovels.
Hello.
Hello. Can I help you with something? I don't have any shovels. This is my only shovel.
We need to use your forge if you don't mind.
Yes.
Why?
To make a shovel.
And I just raise my sledgehammer.
That's a hammer.
Yes.
Right now it is. And gives him a wink.
And I look at Riker. I'm like, do you remember how I explained spoons for you?
I look over at her and just like, yes, we're making a shovel out of a sledgehammer.
Just like a
I'm
spoon.
interested
What is
to
it?
see where this
Oh.
but I almost feel like I should take care of this for you, considering it's my forge.
He holds up one of his paws like, good sir, I took a half-year elective during my freshman primary Leonin school. I know what I'm doing.
Wait, is Riker a dropout? Did he graduate or did he drop out?
Oh, he graduated. He just took
Okay.
a half-year elective class in
Because
forging.
we kept like every time it's come up, it's one of those like, oh no, he learned about this. He learned about this. Did he finish? Okay.
He did finish.
Okay.
But
I need I need Riker to do me a persuasion check on that one because reasons.
13 in persuasion.
All right, that's gonna be against his. This dice is evil. That's a 2. He's like, well, if you think you can take care of it, be right ahead. Go ahead, try it.
Don't burn yourself, Riker.
I
And
probably
he
will.
follows you over there. Go ahead and get it started for you then. And like he starts, what do you call it? He brings out his fire stars. He strikes it, starts the fire going, starts adding the coal, starts like blowing the billow, getting it to much more of a acceptable heat. And he's like, all yours, I guess.
He
Thank you,
grabs
sir.
probably a very comedically small goggles.
I give 5 gold pieces to the blacksmith for his troubles.
Thank you very much. I much appreciate that.
No problem.
And I am going to roll to forge.
Roll the forge. Okay, go ahead and roll me a. What's your intelligence modifier?
Oh no.
0. Okay, roll me an intelligence check. Just flat intelligence.
Can I look what he's doing
Yeah.
and do the same for Floop's small little hammer?
Yes. For that one, I want you to roll performance because you're mimicking him.
But
Because you're mimicking what he's doing. So whatever result he gets, you're gonna follow that though.
yep.
Okay, I want that to be aware. What's your
That's
intelligence
okay.
roll?
I got a flat 17 actually.
Flat 17.
Good.
Oh, okay.
And
that's
for my
17 now.
performance, it was 19.
19. Okay, so you're following tit for tat with him right now. You're following along basically exactly what he's taking care of. As you're doing this, Riker, go ahead and do me a, I want to say performance for you as well. This one won't have nearly as much bearing as the intelligence check, but this one's just to see how well the shovel comes out.
I say you're doing a pretty good job, and I give him bardic inspiration.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a D6, right?
Yes, it's a D6.
Oh, thank God for that. 15.
15. Okay, yeah, you turn this sledgehammer into a pretty decent shovel. Like, it's not great. It's like pretty wobbly, but it definitely has like the shovelly shape, and it can definitely scoop and toss. but is not winning any blacksmith awards at this point. You would need to spend a lot more time hammering out all the ridges and stuff.
How
And
does Floofs turn out?
about the same, like almost identically the same, just much smaller. Instead of yours being like the hulkling, like, yeah, nice. His is just like, nice. Nice.
Love it, love it.
That's the equivalent of Floof's shovel. Yeah,
Well,
you guys have shovels now, and the blacksmith's like, not bad. You weren't kidding about your training, about your half-year internship elective thing.
Primary school.
Primary school, that's what it was. Which, you know what? I'll talk to you after this is all taken care of. But yeah, I feel like we can get along, and I think I might have a job for you later on.
Me?
Well, I mean,
You've
for the
been hired.
three of you, but I need some. Long story short, my shipments of iron have been intercepted and pillaged as they've come through. Not all of it has been taken, just some of it, which is the odd thing. But I'd like if I got my entire shipment. That'd be preferred.
Yes, of course.
And
But
he
on that
he
note-
got him nods, and he goes, "Well, you came to the right person. I am Riker Emerald Lake of the Emerald Lake families. You might have heard of me, or my family."
Can't say I have.
Chris, Can
Yes,
I
Will?
can I roll a history check to see if my college years have heard of the Emerald Lake family?
You know what? Go ahead. I would love to see this.
He like starts gritting his teeth. He's like,
Okay, that's a 19.
A 19. You know what? You do. You know the rumors of the family. You don't know any stories by heart, but you have heard of them, and you've heard some of the odd goings on that people have talked about. Specifically, some of like the bombastic adventures and how. Did you hear that one of the Emerald Lakes slayed an ancient dragon single-handedly? Things like that of that nature.
Okay, I just stopped for a moment. I'm like,
"You read Riker's backstory?"
I stopped and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a
Damn minute.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a
Riker,
damn
and
minute.
I'm like, the Emerald Lake?
He looks down. He's like, "Yes, the Emerald Lake family."
Weren't you the guys that killed the dragon?
His face lights up, but then he raises an eyebrow and goes, "Which one?"
That were the like single-handedly did the thing. Like in college, you guys were like the coolest thing. You know, we took tests over you guys.
He puts his hands on his hips and just goes, "That's us." And he smiles very wide.
You love to see it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, people at home are gonna love to hear that.
All right.
Alrighty.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so with that being said, the blacksmith is. But right now, let's focus on getting the town back in working order, preferably. Just come back to me once the snow's kind of taken care of, and we can take care of it. Because if you guys can help me out with that, I would be greatly appreciative. And at that note, he kind of goes back to like shoveling around the forge, trying to clear it out a little bit more so we can get back to making shovels and such like that.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, you guys follow the what do you call it? You follow the road, you follow the map to the frozen. You guys are going to the frozen house, right? Or, like, to the stone
Yes.
house? Okay. As you get there, you notice that a lot of the snow is actually cleared out from the house. The problem that you're seeing is the doors and windows are frozen. Like there's actually sheets of ice in these windows and doors.
Okay.
And in front of it, you see like these what do you call it? These teenagers. These teenagers are like trying to break this ice, and they're like, "Hey, are you here to help? Are you guys here? Are you here to help us get this open?"
Yes. Hello.
Hi. Oh shit. Long story short, most of the other houses have been easy to like shovel out. We came over here to our friend's house, and we were wanting to clear it out, but this. It's covered in ice.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
We can't break it.
I touch the ice. How thick does it seem to be?
You feel it's surprisingly thick. It's double C thick. Maybe triple C thick.
The ice looking mighty thick.
I look at the door. I'm like, does it open in or out?
It opens out.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of steps back, and I'm gonna take flip out first.
When she starts to back up, Riker looks over at Nix and goes, would you prefer me to use my axe? And he pulls out his giant war axe.
That might break the door. I just want to see if it's like super thick, like I think it is.
He's when you say that might break the door, he just kind of goes, and your head won't.
No, it's more I would say bludgeoning instead of slashing.
Don't complain to me if you get a concussion again. He just kind of waits.
It's a sailor. They don't get concussions. Check stat
He
block.
got a concussion. Didn't you get a concussion like the very first
I
one?
got extremely dizzy.
Extremely dizzy.
And
No concussion.
That glass was way thicker than I expected. Okay. So I'm gonna take a couple steps back and I'm like, okay, open up the way.
Okay.
I'm
So
also gonna cast.
The two teenagers kind of like step off to the side and they're like, yeah, if you can help out, that'd be great. And they just kind of like take 3 steps back and they're like, oh no.
I'm also gonna cast Prestidigitation on my home so they can warm up to help break the ice.
Okay.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead
I'm
and
just
make
gonna.
an attack roll.
Awesome. Okay, that's not bad. That's a unnatural 20.
Okay.
Which
So
the
with
AC of thick
prestidigitation,
ice.
due to the prestidigitation and the ice, I want to say add an extra D4 to your damage that you're about to do.
Bet.
What is the AC of thick ice?
So
I don't have an answer to that.
That's gonna be 6 bludgeoning damage.
6 bludgeoning damage. You hit it, and you bounce back. Like you ram and you boom. You definitely left a Nyx horn imprint on this ice. You left your imprint of your horns in this ice. It's slightly melted. But it's definitely one of those, you felt this thing is at least like 6 inches to a foot thick. Like it's thick ice. That's just in this doorway.
Riker walks over to Nix and he's like, is it my turn to try now?
Yes. And I hold your axe, and I also cast Prestidigitation in your axe.
He walks up and does a little bit of a stretch routine. Okay. And he pulls out his axe, he shuts his eyes, opens them. They are glowing as he rages.
Okay. So you're raging.
And he attacks the thick ice.
You attack the thick ice. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
With axe. 23.
23. Okay, you hit. You have. Okay, since prestidigitation's on there, you also get an extra D4 to your roll. Raging
These
on the
moments,
frozen
I wish I had Shatter.
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
Yeah. I went for a more supports robard.
That's fair.
15 damage.
15 damage. You knock a massive chunk out. Like, you knock a massive chunk out, and, like, you embed your axe into it. You feel the fact that you go through the ice, and you knock into wood at that point. Like, you feel it hits the wood. As a downside, your axe is stuck kind of in the ice. It's not stuck as in, like, you can't move it. It's that you kind of have more leverage now to, like, pull it out.
After he gets it in, Riker just kind of starts pushing on it in one direction, trying to pop the ice out.
Do me a strength check.
Just straight strength?
Athletics. Wait, yeah, athletics.
Ooh, oh no. Oh wait, no.
Athletics.
That's not any better, even though he was raging. 14.
14?
Yeah.
What I'll say happens is you use your claws, you push into there, and because the axe already being in there, you feel it crack. It's not out yet, but it's definitely cracked through the center now, and it's definitely unlodged from the door itself. It's just a matter of pulling it out now. So with that, if you want to try to strength check again and pull it out, go ahead and do me another strength check and see how that goes.
Oh gosh. I'm not rolling great anymore after those two nat 20s. That's a 15.
Do you want to know who has shatter?
Floof has shatter?
Floof.
Who has shatter?
You know what? As Riker is pulling out, you pull it out at that exact moment as Floof tries to shatter the door.
He just pecks on it and just.
That's literally, he like jumps after he like sees Riker doing that. He like climbs up Riker, pecks it, it shatters in your hands, and he's. Had we known that five-ish minutes ago, this would have been taken care of easier. But
Yeah, I was
none of us
I
looked
was
at his
like,
sheet.
I wonder if Floof has heat metal, because that would have come in handy. So I went to check, and I was like, "What?
He
Oh,
has
he doesn't
shatter.
have that, but he has
only,
shatter."
only druids and bards have heat metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know,
I
actually.
need to get that.
Well,
stuff
and
trained
like
up.
one type of cleric, I think.
I think it's Forge Cleric.
The only thing about heat metal is it kind of brings your alignment into question, because if you're lawful good and you're melting somebody alive inside their own armor,
You'd be like,
is that good? Is that lawful good to
it is
melt
definitely
somebody inside?
evil. It is evil by all means. But then again, we also don't roll alignment technically. It's just kind of like, if you're a good person, you act it. Otherwise, your alignment's bullshit.
Mhm.
Riker is definitely a good person with some questionable methods. Intimidates Doctor. The door is shattered. The door is shattered at this point. Riker, it was after you pulled it up out of the wall that he shattered it. So it just kind of like pelts you two in like ice crystals. And he's just like, and jumps down and goes back to Nyx.
He did a really good job, Little One.
At that point, the door is actually not there. The door in the doorway is actually kind of clawed out and broken down.
Oh. Wait, wasn't it like that?
You just caught the ice. You didn't see the door through there. And you now see why there was no door, because it's not on the hinges at all.
I look at Riker and I'm gonna test swelling with this Riker. No, I'm gonna be like, and I say some stuff in Elvish. Does he react?
He kind of looks at you with an eyebrow raised.
I say some stuff in Sylvan. Does he react? Okay.
I don't want to seem rude, but you kind of sound like you are a goat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's rude.
At this point, the two teenagers are kind of like at the door and they're like looking in. And...
Riker. Don't let them.
Oh, he kind of goes, all right, and then just picks up both of the teenagers from the back.
Hey, whoa. Hey, man, hey, chill. We're just gonna
I
see
jump
if our
in front
friends
of the
okay.
door. Off limits. They might be icy. My slipping caused a concussion.
Can you at least check and see if our friend's in there?
Will do. You stay out here. Do not come in nor get close to the door nor call anyone.
Stay here with the bird. And puts him next to Floof.
They look at Floof with like a look of like, nice. And they just like start talking with him, but Floof just doesn't respond. He's just like...
I tap his beak and I'm like, they cannot leave here.
Woo.
Good. Yes. And I go in with Riker.
Okay, and you go inside with Riker?
Yes.
Do me a perception check.
Is it dark? Because Riker...
Oh.
You've got dark vision, right?
No.
I have dark vision.
So just, yeah. Do I get a disadvantage because I don't have dark vision?
You do
or...
have disadvantage if you don't light a light at all. Riker is normal. He can only see in shades of gray.
I'm not gonna light anything just in case there's something in there. So I'm just gonna disadvantage this. Ah, damn. Okay, that's gonna be a 15.
Okay, so that.
And I got
15,
a 22.
Okay, with your 15, and you have a 22. Riker, with your 22, you see that this room has kind of been ransacked. There's not so much that you can see that's actually normal anymore. You see that there's like this table in the center of the room. It's probably about a 5 foot by 10 foot room with stairs to the left going up, a fireplace towards the back of the room that's out. On the other side of the room, to the right side of the room, there's a kitchen table that's been upturned, things thrown everywhere. The living room area where there would be typically just like a what do you call it? Not so much a couch, but just like a seating area, torn through. You don't see anybody down here though. And for Nyx here, with your 15, you don't see anything, but you smell things. What you smell, and Riker, you smell these as well. You smell like the faint hint of iron in the air, along with like extinguished fire, rotting food, such.
That's not good. Do you see anyone, Riker?
He squints. I don't see anyone down here, but there is a. Wait, I'm losing the voice. I don't see anyone down here, but there is a doorway or a stairwell over there.
Do you think it's safe for me to light a light so I can see better?
Do you want to light a light, or do you want to light a torch?
Well, I can just. You don't have to waste a torch. I can just. And I snap and I cast prestidigitation. And it's like a small, like candlelight flame on my finger. Do we see blood splatters everywhere?
You do not.
I go, like, I sniff the air a little bit. You're like, you smelled that, right? Like, it smells like your breakfast.
It looks over. My breakfast? You mean the one that you prepared?
No. Like the one you usually eat when we wake up.
Turkey?
But, yeah, like, iron and stuff like that. You smell it, right?
He just kind of nods and he goes, well, I'm kind of used to the smell. Back home, we usually ate meat all the time, so that kind of smell is just we're natural. We should probably head upstairs.
Yeah, they're humans. They don't usually eat stuff this raw.
All right, so who's taking point going
Shameful.
upstairs?
I'm gonna take the lead with the light.
Oh, okay.
You don't want me to take the lead?
You said that. I immediately regret it.
You don't want me to take the lead with?
Yeah, I would take it back. Rewind, Chris.
Can we keep it this way because you already said it?
Yes.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go with that. You take point upstairs. As you're going upstairs, do me one more perception check.
Okay, now I don't have disadvantage because I have the light, right?
Because you do have the light, yes.
22 again. Man, I'm either rolling...
Oh, that's so much better. That's a 27.
27? Ooh. With your 27, as you're going upstairs, you go upstairs and you see there's two doors to the left and the right, and there's a kind of heater towards the middle. Like in the middle of the hallway, there's like not so much a space here, but a radiator. And in front of the radiator, there's nothing in front of the radiator. Like it's just kind of like an empty hallway. A door to your left is closed, and the door to your right is kind of left ajar. You don't hear or smell anything out of the place just from downstairs. It's about the same from what you could smell. But the door to your left is about 5 foot in front of you. The door to your right is about 15 foot down.
And the one ajar is the one to the left, right?
Yeah, the one that's ajar is the one to the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the space heater is probably about 20 foot down. It's towards the end of the hall.
And there's no, like, any sort of, like, blood remaining
Not
anywhere.
that you see, no.
Okay. Riker, do you see anything else?
I see two doors.
Yes. Okay. Let's check the one who's closed first. And I'll watch your back for the one that's open.
He nods, and then I guess you're letting him take the lead now?
Yes, I'll like step like a little bit away so you can walk, and then like I immediately like have my short sword out, my rapier out, and like my dagger in one hand, and like I'm like prepared and like on your back, looking at the door ajar.
Riker's not pulling out any weapons. He's just kind of going in there bare fists.
All right.
Like she is not liking this vibe. She is very much like, this is spooky. I don't like it.
Riker will slowly open the door and look in.
All right. As you're slowly opening the door, you don't need to roll another perception check. As you're walking in, as you're opening the door and looking in, you definitely smell a much stronger smell of iron. You have it hit you in the face. You have the smell of like rotting, decaying flesh hit you as well. From what you can tell, though, there's nothing there. There's not any bodies remaining. You see that this is a master bedroom that has a large king-size bed in the center of the room, and it's covered in it's covered in blood and a little bit of sinew thrown about it. This was a struggle in here that you can tell. The bed's kind of cracked in half, and the window is actually covered in ice, but unlike the ice downstairs, it's kind of caved out. So you can already tell that there's like a concave going into it, kind of like a dome, like something kind of like pushed its way through, or like was attempting to push its way through.
I see.
Is there a blood trail from the bed that leads to the window, or
there is? It's not so much like a blood trail as it is a the blood's just like going from the bed across the wall to the window.
Riker kind of looks back at Nix and says, "You might want to plug your nose."
Oh, why? And I go.
he just kind of goes.
Me a perception check.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. I have a +8. I don't need to check it again. That was a 16.
Okay. Basically, you smell the same thing. You notice all the same things that Riker did. Because are you looking in the room now, or are you still like in the hallway?
Yeah, I turned around when he said that, and I look into the room.
Okay. So as you're looking in the room, Nyx, in the towards the back of your ear, you hear, "It's so cold."
What was that?
Say that again.
Repeat that.
It's so cold.
I immediately turn around and like just get like my rapier ready to.
With your 16, you don't notice anything.
So do I just attack the air?
Yeah, you just like flish through the air. That's it.
Riker kind of looks up and is like, "What? What is it? What do you see?"
I don't see shit, Riker. I heard shit. Riker.
Did it come from the other room?
It said it's cold. Riker, I'm not. This is really spooky.
Riker looks at Nix and says, "Get behind me. We're gonna check the other room."
Okay. I said like right behind Riker, and I'm like, I'm holding my dagger, so like my like rapier, and I'm ready.
Right. Riker will go to the other room and open it.
Okay, as you go to the other room and open it, you feel resistance. There's the doors. Actually, I'm sorry, no. As you try to like push the door open, it slams in your face.
Kick it open.
Strength check, please.
Athletics?
Yes, sir.
17.
17, you force it open super easy. Like this thing, whatever it was, has no force behind it. You shove open this door, and from your previous perception rolls, you two, you see this room, and it's in relative pristine condition. Riker, you look behind the door, and you see that this is a dresser that you just pushed out of the way. You look around this room, and you see a moderately normal teenager's room, basically. Vanity against the wall, makeup, clothing, what do you call it, in a wardrobe to the right. Nice, like, nice twin-sized bed that has, what do you call it? I can't think what it's called, but like the draperies like around the bed, so it kind of looks like the stereotypical princess like aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of like what the actual like drapery things are called, but they're all but they're open towards the front but drawn on the sides. Or
Just the regular teenage posters. Panic at the
Yes.
Arena.
exactly, Panic at the Arena. You have 21 kobolds.
Yes.
My Artificer Romance. Things like that.
My alchemist romance.
There we go.
Also, I'm an idiot. I do have Shatter. I just didn't realize it was second level. I thought it was first level. So
Well, at least you saved the spell slot.
that's true. Floof did it for me. Okay. What? Is everything okay? And I turn around to see the room.
I mean, you basically see. You turn around to see the other room, or turn around to see the teenage
The room. Yeah, the teenage room.
Okay, you see basically the same thing. And from what you guys can see, you can't see like through the drapery in onto the bed itself. The bed's still covered to you guys, but from what you can see, the room is more or less empty. Not so destroyed as the other room was, though.
Okay.
Right. When we approach the bed,
All right, go ahead and never mind. You approach the bed. If you approach the bed, as you're approaching the bed, you kind of like get the smell of like decay. And as Riker, as you turn and you look at the bed, you just see this emaciated body just like laying there like this. No damage to it, but eyes sunk in, cheeks.
What does emaciated mean for the Brazilian?
Try to think of the actual definition. Long story short, starved to death.
Oh, how long has the snow started? What? You okay, Riker?
no, this is Ryan. It's going like that. This is Ryan making that face. Riker's like dead face right now. He's serious, but I'm like,
sorry for the shookethness, you two.
I peep over the side too.
You see the same thing, and you see frostbite just like all over the face and like on the hands. You see they're crutched together in purple at this point.
do you? Did this guy push down at the dead body?
Do what?
I asked, Riker asks Nick, like, who talked to you? Was it this guy?
I really hope not.
Riker just kind of pokes at his foot.
Nothing happens. Like, you poke the foot and it's rock solid. Like, it is.
I start tapping like Riker. Like, stop doing that!
But he's dead.
Not that it's disrespectful.
He looks over and is like, you must not know anything about Leonin culture, then.
Apparently not. Okay, something that talk to me though. I'm not crazy. Just a little bit, but not like that.
As you are sitting over there discussing, I need one of you to roll actually, I need Nyx to roll a perception check again.
Possessing Nyx only.
Oh, that's cocked. Hold up. Okay, that is gonna be a 16 again.
A 16 again. Okay.
Yes.
You hear, coming from the hallway, you hear the sound of.
I like jump closer to Riker.
Riker's eyes, I just like, what now?
I heard someone shiver in the hallway. Riker.
Riker just approaches the hallway.
Okay, so as you approach the hallway, you feel heat coming from the radiator. You sit to the door, and you feel the heat radiating off the radiator. And you see a light coming from downstairs.
Riker, do you see anyone?
See anyone?
You don't see anybody.
Nope.
Okay. And I follow like behind him and start shiver like out of fear.
I'm just like, come on.
As you guys step in the hallway, the door shuts behind you.
Riker just looks at it. That was an odd breeze.
Riker, I think
Apparently it's canon Riker doesn't believe in ghosts now.
Riker, I think there might be ghosts in this house.
Riker just looks at him.
Do you guys start
It's
heading
like with a-
downstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch the floor and cast detect magic.
Ooh. Okay.
So, for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You sense magic in this. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your actions to use a faint aura, to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay. Well, with that, you feel that there is an aura of magic here. You distinctly feel. You don't feel anybody with magic, but you feel a specific aura of magic coming from downstairs. Do you know the school of magic from that as well?
Yes,
You feel.
I take an action to figure out the school of magic.
Okay.
So
So on that note, you feel the aura from the school of magic is necromancy. And you already feel that it is not a human shaped thing, but it's a small concentrated feel of it.
I grab Riot from my pocket and I just start hugging.
Yeah, Riot's here. I forgot about Riot.
Riot, as you're holding Riot like this, he wraps his tail around your like pinky finger and like puts his paws like on your shoulder.
Riker, there's something not good here. Riker, there's magic. There's like necromancy magic here. I'm scared.
Riker just kind of goes, okay, what's necromancy?
It's
I
that
know about some kinds of magic, but that one is new to me.
It's that things, Riker. It's that things they're supposed to stay that, but they're not.
Riker just kind of looks at her confused.
You never heard of ghosts and zombies?
Yes, I've heard of ghosts and zombies and fairy tales.
No fairy tales. They actually exist, and they're part of necromancy, Riker.
Riker kind of says, and sure, I'm a fairy in disguise. And then he starts walking down the stairs.
They use magic everywhere. Why do you not believe in ghosts?
Oh.
She's following him, and she's very scared.
I just want to know
So what
if
do you
Riker
two do at this
can,
point?
if
You
if
feel
Riker-
a faint breeze coming from downstairs. You still see the light emanating from downstairs as well, but you just feel this faint breeze from down there.
If Riker gets to suplex a ghost, I'll be happy.
Wait, literally, you have like spirits of your family coming every time you rage, Riker, and you don't believe in ghosts?
Nope.
Riker's just like, that's personified memories. They're different.
Yeah, basically.
Materialize.
Fuck off, you spooky ghost.
Back off, you spooky bitch.
I'm just like, she's just like, okay, but do you see anything, Riker?
You just
You
see
see,
like
like,
the same. You just
You
see
can,
a blank
in every
hallway.
sequence,
You
in
guys
every
see a
step,
blank
you can
hallway.
hear her hoof shaking as she
A
steps.
blank hallway. Hmm.
Do you see anything?
I see a hallway.
I like turn his face and I look at his like furry face and I'm like, are you blind? Are you blind? Are you deaf? I don't understand.
He just kind of goes, this house is the weirdest, oh, what's the friggin' word?
Ventilation.
No. Why am I blanking on the word? I wanted to become one of these. Build houses. This house is the weirdest architecture I've ever seen.
Riker! This is.
Here's the hallway. Come on. He starts walking down the hallway.
All right, you walk down the hallway, and you go back down. You go straight, or what do you call it? You make it to the stairs downstairs, and you see like there's this flickering light, like a campfire would be.
Is that the aura that I felt?
You feel it coming from that area.
I stop Riker once again.
grab him by the tail. He just rolls his eyes and looks back at you.
Okay, hear me out though. I did the spell thing, right? And the it's coming from there. I don't think we should, maybe we could just help the teenagers that are his friends is dead, and we just end it there.
Wait, is this hallway where the exit was previously?
Yes, it's the same hallway from before. You guys came out of the hallway.
He just looks at you and just goes, "Well, no matter what we do, that's the exit," and points towards the flickering light. If I remember correctly, that's the direction we're supposed to be going in.
Oh no. Okay.
Do you want to go back into the room with the crinkled old body?
No.
Then come on. Okay, so
as you guys go downstairs, you guys step down.
Where's
the
my
stairs,
emotion? Oh,
and you
my
feel-
emotions were burned.
As you guys are taking steps down further and further and further down these steps downstairs, you start to feel warmer than before. It wasn't as nearly ice cold as it has been. You haven't noticed since you've walked in, but you've both been subtly shivering because of the temperature drop from coming in here. And you just noticed as you step downstairs and the heat's there. And you see the fireplace is lit. And in front of it sitting a small figure bundled up in a blanket. And you just hear shivering.
Riker just goes, "Oh, that's the teenager we're looking for."
It starts to turn to you two. It's so cold.
Hey, buddy.
And as it says that, it disappears. And you just hear a...
Dice rolls.
And when you hear that clattering of something hitting the floor. And you see a small blue orb roll towards the fire.
I want to get out of here, Riker.
Is the exit there, or is it just...
The exit's to your right. As you guys have come downstairs,
We
the
need to
fireplace
call
is
clearing.
in front of you. The fireplace is in front of you, and there's kind of that blue orb, probably about the size of a small baseball, or a softball, or not softball, no, a softball, smaller, a tennis ball. And to your right is the door, completely open, just as you have destroyed it.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Is there a little string attached to the ball and make it look like a ball of yarn?
No way.
No. It is. Well, you know what? There actually is. Now that I'm thinking about how it's described, yeah, there's what appears to be a string to it.
Actually?
Yes, genuinely.
Riker's, you know how a cat's pupils when they see
They
something
dilate. They're
want? Riker is now just completely stiff looking at it.
No, you too. No. Please. No.
You hear a really guttural coming from his chest. He's on the brink of purring. He's just looking at it.
Buddy. I look at the orb, and I'm like, okay, well, he's not gonna help. Okay. Hey, buddy. And I tried to talk to the orb. Hey, buddy. Can you come back, please? We gotta break some news to you.
There is no response. There's no response. The orb just sits there. And the fire starts getting lower and lower.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation, and I'm gonna create a ball of fire.
Okay.
That emanates heat as well.
Okay.
So, just you say you are cold, yeah? Her will to help people is overpowering her fear.
Okay. There isn't a response.
She's just shaking.
yet.
She's just like.
There isn't a response yet. Are you going to be moving closer? Or are you going to still stand there?
Single step forward from Riker towards the ball.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to Riker, but I step a little bit closer.
Now, what does Riker think about her stepping closer to his ball?
Well, Riker's completely mesmerized it. The thing is I just rolled a wisdom save just for fun to see what it would do. He got a 6
Oh no.
to control himself from just literally jumping on the freaking orb.
Yeah. So what does Riker do?
Riker just kind of like steps forward. Like, how far away is this?
It's probably
ball?
about 15 to 20 foot.
He just takes a foot for steps forward. It takes him like 5 seconds with the first step, then like half the time on the second step, and then he just like starts walking casually over to it until it's like right at his feet and he's looking down at it.
Riker, you see this as you're right next to it. What does Nyx do at this point? What does Nyx do with him walking all the way up there?
I'm like very slowly following him. Like, and as he starts to walk past, I'm like, Riker.
Riker, as you get up close to it, you see that the string attached to it was nerve endings going to a frozen eyeball the size of a tennis ball.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is where Riker becomes a level 1 warlock.
What you can see is this isn't a human eye.
Well,
Riker just snaps out of it, saying that it's an eyeball, just goes, ugh.
I cast prestidigitation again and with like the fireball.
Okay. There is no reaction to the fireball being formed in your hand whatsoever, but you do have more light to see what this is. You see this eyeball. It is a solid, it looks like a sky blue or like a ice blue ball with a slit towards the center. Not like up and down like a cat, but sideways.
Like mine?
Like goat eyes.
Not in a hex, not in like a hourglass, but there's just like a sideways slit. Kind of like if you took a cat's eyeball where it's vertical and put it sideways.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically a sideways slit in this eye. And that's where you can see like where the iris is basically.
Oh.
Interesting.
And you just see on the back of it, it's just like your eye, like its eye nerves are just that.
Bro, it's a Trandoshan from Star Wars.
I kneel down so I can get closer to it.
Mhm.
I'm still holding the fireball, emanating heat because it said it's cold. Hi.
There's no response.
Blink
Riker,
once if you can hear me.
Riker, do me a perception check real quick.
You got it. I know I have a +5, so that's 17.
With your 17, you notice that there is a okay. With a 17, you notice the eyeball right there that Nyx is slowly getting closer to. You don't notice anything. You don't notice it moving at all. Like it's sitting pretty still right there. The fire is dying down, and as the light's dying down from it, you see on top of the fireplace there is this book, like this journal that's just like open and has what do you call it, writing in it.
Riker just kind of steps away from the eye without touching the book. He looks at it.
The last thing you see on this notebook is the writings of which you presume to be, well, I can't even say you presume to be. You find the name of William. What do you call it? Oh, I have stuff written down over here. Let me open my iPad real quick. There we go. There we go. William Jones is the signature at the very bottom of it, and you read this note, and to sum it up very quickly, they had been trapped in here overnight. There's something banging on the walls. There's something banging on the door. As much as they tried to block things off, whatever it was trying to make it in there. They sent their daughter upstairs to bed. He sent his wife upstairs as he started hearing the door crack. And that's whenever he placed the book down, signed his name, and that's where he left it. That's the last thing that's written in the book. If you flip through the pages more, as Riker flips through the pages a little bit more, you do see this is a general everyday diary of this man. This was his last entry.
We need to get one point here.
Riker just kind of chuckles to himself.
What?
He just goes, "This guy kept a diary for girls."
I'll take things that are pointlessly gendered for 1,000, Alex.
Real man writing journals. He just kind of grabs the book. Just goes, are you gonna pick up the eyeball, or are we just leaving?
Fuck. I take Riot out, and I'm like, cause I don't want to touch it. But
Do you want to bring it with us?
you don't have gloves, do you?
No,
It looks
I don't
cute.
think he has gloves. I think he has bags, various stuff like that.
I like grab a piece of my skirt and I like rip it out, and I like from the like the tail thing from the eye, and I just like I grab it like you're grabbing like something like and can I actually grab it, or like do I go through it?
It's just like
You grab it, like you grab it. It is a solid eyeball that you grab.
It's wiggly. I don't like it.
Well, as you grab it, nothing happens. Nothing happens as you grab it. But basically, how can I describe this?
I'm looking at Shannon and everyone's just like, Nix, no!
Yeah, no, okay, so as you pick this thing up, you definitely feel cold emanating from this thing. This was the source of the necromantic energy that you felt originally. It's not emanating anything in terms of like a beacon or a radiance, but this thing just feels like it is pure, like from a being born of necromantic energy. And that's what you're feeling from this thing.
To quote a very wise elf that once said, "Cast it into the fire, destroy it."
I'm gonna go to the kitchen. I'm gonna get a mason jar.
Just say I'm about to cook this thing.
I just dump out whatever spice was there, like, you know, okay. Hope it's not salt. And put it in there.
You pick up you pick up this mason jar, you stick the eyeball in there, and it's just there. It just kind of clunks to the bottom.
Ew.
Yeah.
We got this now.
That's what you have. That's what you have for the bottle, and that's where the eyeball is at the moment.
I'm gonna look at the door.
You're gonna look at the door, like the front door?
Yeah, the door that was broken.
Okay.
The scratches are in there. Do I recognize them?
Do me a nature check real quick.
Okay. Nature check, that's...
Yep, a nature check to tell if you know what this would be.
Yeah. Oh, yikes. Oh, that's even bigger. Yikes. That's a 5.
That's a 5? Oh, no. You do notice that there are claws, like there are claw marks on the door from like, not so much claw marks, but they're on the door on the ground. You see that there are like bashing marks. There are slices. And everything has been like pushed in, and you see like in the recesses of these like punches, you see that there is ice shards basically.
Riker, can you come here real quick?
Riker just kind of walks over and just like is chuckling at a entry in the journal and the diary.
I grabbed his paw and I did the thing where like he squished so like the claws come out. And I just put it next to like the claws on the door.
Riker diminishes these completely. They look closer to your hands, Nyx.
Do you know what this is, Riker? Because like I wonder if our little like our wolf friend knows.
I can look at it. Nature as well, I believe.
Yes, sir.
I'm either rolling a 17, a nat 20, or an 8. That's like all I've rolled, so that's a 17.
17. Okay, with your 17, you...
What dice are you using?
Yours. You got me.
Aww. I will say, with your 17, You don't know exactly what this is. I will say that much. But you have heard rumors of things with icy punches that come for settlements in the winters, hunting for food. Usually born out of desire or lack thereof, need. But that's about the extent of the knowledge that you have of a creature such as this.
So did like a big cat do this, or like what is
And
it?
on
Right
that
there?
note, you hear outside and it sounds
Like a gunshot?
like not so much a gunshot, more just like a boom, and you just hear snow flopping.
I run out of the door.
You run out the door and you see one of the teenagers is like head first in the snow, legs are flopping. The other one's laughing and pulling his legs, and Floof is just like zzz, zzz, zzz. Like he's twitching. He's like, bad kid, bad kid, bad kid.
Yep. Thank you, Floof. I look at the two teenagers. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna tell them?
Is the other teenager still facing the snow, not being pulled out?
He's being pulled out, but it's one of those like he's stuck and he's like getting he's getting his foot pulled, but his friend's kind of half-assing it because oh no, you're stuck. I can't pull you out completely.
Riker just walks over and one-handed just get right out of the...
He's not hanging upside down. He's like, thanks.
So this friend of yours.
Is she okay? Was she in there? Is everything okay? We full disclosure, we looked in there. Things look trashed, and we noped out of it. That's why the bird, boom. We kept trying to go towards the door again.
Good news.
And they look at you with like wide eyes. Yeah.
I say something stupid, and then like if they don't know stupid, that sucks for them.
I kind of look at them. We didn't find the girl's body, right?
We did.
That's the body you found.
Oh, that's the body we found. Oh.
Good news.
They both kind of like just look down at this point. They're like, I'm guessing it's nothing good.
No, I was trying to fix something. Say, oh, we got this. Go
One of them jumps back, and the other one's like,
the other one flails because I'm still holding it upside down.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that shrieked. Is the one you were holding. The other one's just like.
And Benyus, your friend is dead.
And you took her eye?
I mean, the good news is she didn't get mauled like the other ones.
This isn't right. This isn't right. No. No, I don't think. Look down. Her eyes look like that?
No. And they like look at like
right.
one of them looks at it like, no, that's freaky.
Yeah, no, it's not her eyes. So good news, it's not her eye. Bad news, she's dead.
They just kind of just stand there, kind of in shock, and they're like, okay.
She didn't get mauled. That's the good news.
Mauled?
I'm sure they had like a cat or something. Yeah, did they have a cat?
No, they were allergic to animals.
All animals? Riker looks...
Yes, dandruff in general. It sucked when our tabaxi friend came over because there was constant sneezing at the house.
Mm.
And they just kind of like look at you. What do we do then? Do we go get help? Do we get the...
You go out and live your best lives for your friend because she can't anymore. Yeah.
I also look at them as like, you might want to call the guard as well.
Yeah, that too.
They both kind of just like slowly start walking to the guard, like to the guard post up front.
As I say that, Riker just goes, "Oh," and drops.
Oh yeah, that one just kind of flops in the snow, and he's like getting up and running away. So they both kind of start slowly walking towards the guard with the like to the guard's post up front of the settlement, or to the city. And
Floof. I have a very important mission for you. You need to go as fast as you can, and you need to call our friend Wolf. Can you do that?
And at that point, he's going to use Thunderwave in a very specific way. He's going to try to jump and Thunderwave.
Oh,
Yes.
he's trying to fly again, not again.
Oh no. He'll be fine.
He got a 9. So as he Thunderwaves, he jumps, Thunderwaves, and just like launches himself towards the graveyard. Not in the air, but just horizontally. So he just kind of like and topples in the snow, jumps up and just starts trotting away.
Okay. What?
You're way off in the distance.
So it takes him about 20 minutes to get there and get back with your wolf friend. In the time that happens, the teenagers do get back with with the guard. It's only one guard. The other one, or it's two guards. One guard is currently like walking with the teenagers very adamantly. The other one's like flourishing and shuffling, like he's been practicing.
Yeah.
Like he's been practicing. He's like, "Hey, you two."
And it's a new card deck because Floof stole it.
Yes, it's a brand new deck. It's a brand new deck of King's Bicycle.
Nice.
And as he's getting up there, this isn't exactly a camaraderie moment, but we well, I got a new deck of cards I've been practicing, and he like does a couple flourishes, and you can still tell some problems, but overall he's got the spirit. And the other one's like slaps him on the shoulder. We have an issue. Oh yeah, we're gonna take care of that. We're gonna talk to you guys when we're back too. So don't leave. Don't leave.
We won't.
Thank you. And walks away. They go inside and they're examining what's going on in there, and they're very shakily going inside. They're like, "You go first. No, you go first. You go first. You go first." Draw a sword, and they just like slowly start walking in.
Riker, what are we gonna do?
What do you mean?
What are we gonna do? Like what's
All right. You guys, at that point, like as you're like talking to each other, like what you're gonna do, that's when Floof runs back with Raiden, and Raiden's like still in his usual like tore up gear. He's like, Bird here decided he needs some help. What's going on?
We'll give the eye to him.
Yeah. The hell is this?
I don't know, you tell me.
What do you mean? You tell me. I'm a gravekeeper.
That's fair. But you're a special gravekeeper.
He like looks at you and just like,
Riker sees that and is like, I think if you don't know like if what kind of creature is it, you're a gravekeeper, you dig a lot of graves for a lot of folks. You've probably seen a lot of eyeballs. Does this match any eyeballs that you might have seen?
no. This is clearly not human. It's way too big. It's the size of a tennis ball.
That's
It's
a
the
good
size
point.
of a tennis ball. This is not a human eye.
Well,
Like
the
it's
thing
closer
is
to
it
like
left, whatever it is, probably left claw marks the size of a normal human being. Well,
Yeah.
whatever
your
it was.
size.
Like if I had to guess, like skull size, closer to you, and points up to Riker.
Can you go check the scratches in the door to see if it was anything that you might know?
Do me a persuasion check on that one real quick, because he's like, I'm trying to keep low profile here.
So that's gonna be a 17.
Wait, you can't roll below a 15, can't you?
I mean, okay, I have a +7 persuasion.
You're the
Yeah.
one that let her have at least a 12 and everything.
You're right. I forgot I gave her an eloquence bar. I forgot about that. Yeah, so regardless of that, yeah, he's like, fine, here's the eyeball. I'm gonna go. He like looks
shake
around.
a little bit.
He walks over to it and he starts looking over at all the scratch marks on the door, and he's like, I mean, they look like human handprints, like they're human sized. They don't look like wolf claws, if that's what you're wondering. They're not looking like any animal claw. It's if you had to show me this, I'd think it was just some drunk beating the door down, minus the ice and dents.
Yes.
The eyeball is also extremely concerning. I've never seen anything like that.
There were ghosts inside.
Oh.
Ranker just rolls
He
his eyes.
steps away from the door, and he's like, oh.
Is there a cleric that could come, like, cleanse the house?
Oh, yeah.
You know what this is?
There's the cleric of Freya. She's quite literally just down the street from me. We kind of have like a little thing going there. Like, you know, she does services, I do the burial. Like it.
Oh, that kind of thing. I thought you meant like a thing, but
No.
yeah, that's
She's
that's
taking
fair,
her
that's
house. Her assistant, on the other hand.
Would she know what did this? Do you think?
She'd probably have the best idea out of anybody. She deals with the dead more than I do whatsoever.
That's yeah. That sounds like a good plan. So Riker, let's disobey the guard and leave.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, okay.
Come on, Floof, big back ride.
As they're walking, Riker just kind of goes, "I'm hungry. That fruit bowl didn't seem to keep me that full."
You eat fish as well.
All right, so on that note, where are you guys going?
We're going to the church.
Okay, you're going to the church. All right, so on that note, I think we're actually going to end it for tonight.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're going to end it for tonight so we don't get too far ahead of Jay. And
Yep,
you guys find out you guys are going to the church next. So
Going to talk to a cleric
go
about
talk to a cleric, yes.
Love how he's
a strange-looking eyeball.
cleric. I love how that's a Freya cleric on Taros.
Also,
I love the Norse
I think
pantheon, so, like,
Sariel,
yeah.
that is the correct way to say that. Correct in the fact that we're gonna look major sus because of this.
Wait for oh yeah.
Leaving the
Yeah.
scene.
We'll be fine. I know card tricks. They like me.
Hopefully that's enough to get
I'm-
us from going
a-
to jail.
Hopefully.
I'm a
So with that
bard.
being said, do you
Oh,
two have any
baby.
closing remarks?
Apparently, Riker doesn't believe in ghosts, even though he has spectral.
and
He's ancestral guardian barbarian.
and apparently,
Mhm.
apparently, even though Nyx has a 20 charisma, she has no social cues.
Okay. Well, I do want to say Jay does have a announcement video he wants us to go through real quick.
Yes.
If you give me a quick second, I need to pull it up. So I'm going to switch to the thanks for watching thing. But I don't have my break video. So we're going to stay on this starting soon thing real quick. Or this thanks for watching one. I'm going to pull up the video for Jay. And we're going to play that. So just give me one quick second. Pull that up. Yes, we're going to open Google Drive. And we're going to do that.
Yes.
There we go.
Doing that. Have y'all heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Let me
Have
just
you heard
tell
of
you.
Rage Shadow
Raid
Legends?
Shadow Legends. the greatest mobile RPG of our
Wait!
generation.
Don't give them free advertising.
Whoa!
All right. So on that note, I think we're just about ready to start this one. So here is an announcement video from Jay. He has something really special planned. I'm really excited for. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you guys real quick.
Awesome.
Thanks, Chris. And can we get a round of applause to Ryan for that stellar joke he told earlier? God, I really hope they watch this before they air it. Right, so, as you all know, I am Sir J of Harps, or the lovely Floof on this channel. As you don't know, or you might know, if they told you, I should probably tell them to tell you, I was not in this episode because I was getting my wisdom teeth removed. So this is pre-recorded. However, or no, it's not, definitely live. Everything we do is always live. However, today, I have a brilliant announcement for you. This announcement will... What's that noise? I'm you from the future. You can't make this announcement. It'll rule the... Motherfucker didn't even change his clothes. Anyway, I have a great announcement for you all today, and it is called that I am hosting a new series on this Twitch channel. It will be known as Hero Swap. Basic gist, sales pitch, you know, I've already put you through this cringy stuff, gotta make it fast. Imagine this, your favorite D&D TikTokers, and not the ones that are normally here, besides me, all make a NPC or PC they're just proud of. And then somebody else gets to play it. That's the entire gist. Literally, I just say, hey, y'all want to play D&D? And they say, oh, yeah, sure. I'm like, cool, make a character, but you don't get to play it. And then I stream the game. And they have like 10 minutes to look over a character they've never seen before and then RP it. Could I have just said that without all the stuff before? Yes. But yeah, tune in Tuesday. Day before the next episode here. Tuesday the 9th. I don't have an official roster yet, but hopefully I will by then. See you there. And this will be happening every Tuesday from now on, hopefully, unless things go horribly wrong. Which I doubt they will. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Bye.
Yeah, so that's basically the idea and the gist of Hero Swap. I just really wanted to encourage you guys to watch that with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's sadly not going to be us playing, but it is going to be Jay DMing, and we're going to have a lot of fun guests and fun hosts on the game. So... yeah, with that being said, that's going to be the second show that we have on this channel. I'm really excited for this one. Jay's super excited. He talked to me about this a couple weeks ago, and he was like, what do you think? I'm like, I fucking love this. So, yeah, there we go. Hero Swap is going to be the next big thing that we're doing. So, tune in for that. I hope you guys really enjoyed tonight's session. Next week, Jay will be back, and he's going to be hosting Hero Watch here soon, too. So, thank you so much for watching. You can follow me at ChrisFire on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch here. We have Ryan here at Funkmaster Nacho on TikTok and Twitch. And we have Luana here at The Witch Bard on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight's episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.